since I know a lot of you still are in the idea phase, I want to help you with what I've struggled with personally, which I call the entrepreneur's dilemma. And the entrepreneur's dilemma is the following. The entrepreneur's dilemma is, on the one hand, we all know the myth of the great entrepreneur, of the Steve Jobs and the Walt Disneys, right? That these are people that saw this vision that nobody else had, and they just went after it with unabashed confidence, and they did everything they could to make it happen. And there's this mythology about this kind of entrepreneur, which is true and it's real. And on the other hand, we also know that most small businesses don't end up succeeding financially the way that they had hoped to. Most small businesses at some point in the first 5-7 years will go out of business. And a lot of businesses that have been really successful have completely pivoted from what their original vision was. They totally changed, and they had to make that course correct. And so how do you balance the two? How on the one hand do you be this visionary that sees this thing that nobody else does and goes after it, while on the other hand know when to have the wisdom to change what you're doing to actually give yourself a chance to keep making your business successful? That's the entrepreneur's dilemma, which is how to balance those two. And the answer to the entrepreneur's dilemma is quite simply to stay attached to the problem you're trying to solve, but to be flexible in the solution to solve it. So what I've learned is that all of you have really good instincts of problems that you want to solve to create a big business. I think you really genuinely have really good instincts of the problems to solve. Those are the things you want to stay attached to, the problem that you're trying to solve. That's what you want to be passionate about. I want to help these customers. I want to help these people. I want to help these consumers with this problem that they're having. Don't let people dissuade you from that. Don't let them cut down your passion for it. Don't let them cut down your idea. Don't let them tell you it's not good enough or it's not going to work. You probably have a really good sense of a problem that needs to be solved. But you may be coming up with some strange, weird ways to solve that problem. Meaning, you might be trying to build an online product for something that should be solved offline. You might be trying to raise way too much money when you could capitalize the business with $50,000. You might be doing this process in a way that's really backwards and going to take much longer because you haven't gotten mentors and advisors. You may be trying to charge way too little for your product or service, and you might need to charge 5 times that much. Only when you do, then you'll be successful. So the key is try to be as flexible in the solutions for the problems you're trying to solve. And it's also the thing that's going to prevent you from, when people give you feedback, feeling like, oh, whoa, like it's a personal attack. If you know that you're attached to solving the problem, but you start off with, hey, I'm going to be really flexible in how I solve this problem, you're going to find your way into solving that business solution as best as possible.